Hey, all. I want to talk just a little bit here about per capita and give you maybe a little more context or a few more examples on what it is and how to calculate it. So first things first, per capita is I lost my there we go is just a type of ratio. Okay, and remember, a ratio is a fraction. So when we're talking about per capita, this is a specific type of fraction. Meaning, wait, let me change colors. Hold up. Per. When I see the word per, I always think of a fraction bar. Okay, so if I was talking about Skittles per capita. Okay, so just think of that. We're trying to find Skittles per capita, whatever. Anything, it can be anything, it doesn't matter. When you see the word per, think fraction bar. That means as a ratio, we would put the Skittles on top and the capita, or the people, on the bottom, because that's what capita is. Capita is simply people. So you're trying to find, and generally it's per one person. That's kind of the idea of per capita. So let's add a page. Let's add a question here. So let's say, I should have thought an example before I started the video, but I'm not that good at things. Okay, so let's just say that at my mom's house for Christmas, there are 20 deviled eggs. Who doesn't love deviled eggs? Deviled eggs for 8 people. Okay, so that could happen. That could happen. So then, if the math problem would be, find the deviled eggs per capita. Deviled eggs per capita. That's just the fancy way of saying, if we wanted to figure out how many deviled eggs one person could eat, that's what we want to know. So again, don't forget, that per is the fraction bar. So the deviled eggs go on the top, the peeps go on the bottom. So we have 20 deviled eggs, we have 8 people. Now, that is a ratio, 20 over 8, right? It's a fraction, that is a ratio. But because we're talking about per capita, we want to know how many deviled eggs per person, right? Per one person. So if we divide in your calculator, top number goes in first, 20 divided by 8 in your calculator, 20 divided by 8, it spits out 2.5. So that means we are talking about 2.5 deviled eggs per person. So if everybody would eat 2.5 deviled eggs, they would all be gone. That's usually not how it works out because my nephew eats like 18 of them, but that's okay, right? That's the idea of per capita, taking whatever you have and splitting it into people. So let's go to let's say there's a football game, and again, making up things as I go. Let's say there were 37,000 hot dogs sold at the football game, and the crowd was, let's go 48,600. We want to find mathematically hot dogs per capita. Right? Hot dogs come first, as they should, right? Per is the fraction bar. So hot dogs over people. So there are 37,000 hot dogs. There are 48,600 peeps. And again, if we're talking about per person means 1. So I divide. 37,000 goes in my calculator first, then the divide button, then 48,600. When I do that, 37,000 divided by 48,600, I get 0.76 and some crap. So we could say there are that's the wrong button. Let me just get a new page. 0.76 hot dogs per person at this football game. And that would be the per capita, right? Or you could say per capita if you want to keep the wordage. But basically, right, it's less than 1 hot dog per person. And that's the idea of per capita. Writing the ratio and then dividing to make it per 1. I lost my pen. Per 1 person. That's the goal. All right, hope that helps clear things up. Thanks, guys.